Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Twer here. This will be a video of the second patch of April and it's filled with some real goodies. We get a new character, Evan, we get some balancing, we get some new stuff onto World Boss, and I'm quite curious how this is gonna play out. So first off, Evan looking quite gorgeous, looking that he is, I'm here, and he is a physical. Now that is really good because I could use a physical priest, and we kind of need something for Shockman 7 because I tried it, horribly failed, and I need a continuous cleanse. But we'll go over that in a little bit. Second on the patch notes is something very good for newer players. It is gear acquisition. They are gonna make it so much easier to get whatever. So every single type of gear, if you grind it, you get powders, and you can then make a gear selector with 3 options, and for beast gear 2 options. Now this will increase the rate at which you can acquire the right gear that you want. You still have to do some reforce tickets still, but it makes it so much easier to get the items that you want. The fact that, oh, I want all attack options, oh, I want all magical defense options. Now this makes it so insane, but I grinded about, let's say, 200 Dark Legion boxes. I grinded nearly all of them and I'm getting nothing, so that's quite painful, but yeah, it's something that we have to go through. Another thing that they changed is the World Boss. Instead of 2 tickets, you get 1. Now this comes with a slight nerf because Saturday up to Sunday you only can get 1 time of the daily done. You cannot do it 2 times anymore because of the reset. And something that they really have changed for the better, and I'm not going over these 3, but the 4th, a legendary box, will now hold a soulstone fragments, a random unique whatevers. So that is quite insane. And they removed the bad things, the gold and all of the memory fragments, all of the bad items. They removed it and made sure that the legendary box actually became insanely good. So that is a huge addition. You can now get a random World Boss artifact ticket. I'm not sure why anybody would want that because there are good artifacts, but there are way more bad artifacts. So only the Blessing of Earth and the Abyssal Crown are very useful, and even the Blessing of Earth is debatable because it can only be used at certain content, and currently I'm not even using it anymore. So that is interesting, but they said 4 new items have been registered to the World Boss shop, which also means 3 additional artifacts. So I am super curious what these artifacts are. Are they just as broken as the Shockman artifacts, which I thank you for adding them. Like, they are amazing. So we have to look forward to that, or at least I am. So that is crazy. We got hero balance. I'm going over that in a little bit. They changed the normal summons, the 250 and the 2.5k pool. They're gonna remove that to some extent because guess what, you're actually not getting a whole lot out of it, but you still get the free daily single summon. So I'm quite curious if they will add that to the normal 5k pools, because that would be insane. I don't think they will, but in all fairness, these were like nasty anyway. As for the newer costumes, we got this one looks gorgeous. This is something that I have in my own wardrobe. It looks fire. It's just so clean. We got Shamila up in the building. Now this one, I don't like it all that much. I like this weapon on Sonya though. It's been a long time since Sonya gained anything. It looks kind of girl-ish, like not mature, but look at Crow. Yo, he look at his shoulders, man. Like, this dude he's just that big as fuck. Oh, look at him. Ta-da! He's even. What I'm still not sure about, is Crow now smoking? Or is that a toothpick? Now, I don't like smokers, but this outfit is fine. As for the ballast patch, there are some crazy additions to this game right now. Are they gonna be all broken? Let's go over a few of them. I'm not gonna read everything out because you can do that yourself, but let's go over this thing. Now, Gao has received a major buff, which is insane. So basically the stacks that you get will now give non-hero damage. Great on the T4 Dark. It reduces his own defense, but guess what? Even on Shock Med, defense doesn't matter. So this is actually really good. We know Gao to be a massive stunner, so I kind of need one because Nikki isn't really cutting it on the stunning potential, but as a physical damage, maybe Gao can do that part. You can get the stacks increased to 40, which then means you can get non-hero damage up to 60%. So that damage is quite insane. You don't get dispelled on Shockmask, so that's pretty decent as well. And you increase your own penetration. Well, that is quite useless on Shockmask, but I can believe this to be pretty decent. There's a lot of additional boosts to the S2. So basically what they had in his normal T2 Light and Dark, they put this up in the normal skill, which is insane. And then they said, oh, we're gonna change up the S2 Light. All effects become irremovable. No dispel, so that's quite the nice PvP part. S3, well, it enhances some damage, but outside of that, I'm not really liking it. And his unique weapon got changed for the better, so HP increase, kind of like the same, but you can now get an additional damage dealt with 50% chance up to 500% of his attack and freeze them for 2 seconds. So I believe in terms of CC, this character is going to be crazy. He could then be doing damage on a very low proc rate. Imagine just hitting that like 15, 15, 15, 15 and just depleting guys' HP bar for no reason. That is something that I'm not looking forward to because I'm not going to build him because I don't like his model. But yeah, quite crazy overall. Now Lorraine received, I would believe, a major overhaul. S1 insta stun, S2 is doing healing rate reduction. S3 now even has a cleanse or a dispel positive effects of enemies within range. That is insane. So they changed her up for some major stuff. So I'm not gonna read all of this out, but basically what they changed is they increased her damage output. They made sure that there's a lot of healing rate reduction, which kind of makes her interesting for PvP as well against wall teams. She has MP reduction, which could then be used as Shockman. So I'm quite curious how she will turn out. There's a lot of text. If you want to read this, read it. But she is gonna be quite insane. Will it make her super viable? I don't know. We'll have to try it out. Kaula, now he received a change. I am not gonna play him, but what they did change, which I find one of the most interesting things, when Kaula is hit by damage, he reduces attack speed of the enemy that hit him for 5 seconds. So if you are at Dragons and a newer player, you kind of want to deplete the CC bar and you want to get that attack speed reduction. That is super interesting. And you also get a reduction of mana every seconds for 5 seconds total. So also Shockman, right? Would he be good? I don't think so. Will he become meta? No, because his unique weapon kind of got changed. The shock part, where you have a certain chance where you can shock random enemies and then you can stun them on top of it. They removed it, I guess. I'm not sure how that is gonna work out. Ezekiel. Now Ezekiel received what I believe a huge buff. So his S3, there will be an additional effect that ignores damage reduction effect. Now this is what makes Nayla do a lot of damage to everybody. So Ezekiel will be doing so much damage right now, and the Fury activation condition will be changed to 3. It used to be 4. So getting this dude to start up with his Fury and just smash everybody down, crazy stuff. Now S1 Dark, the duration of the skill will be increased by 10 seconds. I didn't even know it had a duration. I thought it was just an S1, you just grab people. So I'm not sure what they changed. The unique weapon effect, I'm not sure if I like it, because yeah, you get CC resistance. Guess what? You're not gonna build 500 CC resist to then get the CC resistance out to the maximum, because you still need to get into the Fury state. If you then get CC before that, guess what? You're still getting murdered. So I'm not sure if I like that. And the same goes with the gain 2 more chances of the soul weapon effect. I'm not sure how many people are using him in PvE, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm liking that. It could be really good. So he doesn't really get damage buff, but only needing 3 stacks makes it also viable that he's in the Fury state more often. So So it could be really good after this buff. Now Naya received a major buff as well. Damage increase, mana cost reduction, and Naya is one of the characters that need as much mana as possible. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now the S4, it used to be 10 stacks, now it is 5, and it gets amped up on every single attack. Right now it's about 20 dodge. It will be 40 dodge in every stack, so you will get a lot of extra dodge. But what I find one of the most interesting things is the S4 Lite, where every time you get a stack of demonic blood, which means you do skills, you get 8% of your total mana back. Now if the mana lowers, and if you then put recovery stat on your Naya, that means that the overall percentage of this HP will go up. So you will be healing yourself for a gazillion amount. So that could be really crazy. I'm not looking forward to this little lady because she is gonna be insane. Kara. Now for the Kara players, congratulations. Kara will become a little bit more viable because their overall damage will just skyrocket. What that basically says, damage will be increased by 20%. Great. Then that's not all. Attack boost will be replaced with 25% damage to bosses. Now this lowers our PvP potential by a little. Then again, you already got the 20% on here, and you will then gain a lot of exponential bossing damage. Insane. You also get more mana for no reason. And her unique weapon, the maximum number will be decreased to half, and the attack boost will become double. That means you get a faster ramp up, which then also means that you get stronger in PvP. Insane. Bernie. Now this is insane. So his S2 allows him to be CC immune, and they increase the duration from 8 seconds to 15. Now he has a 22-second cooldown, which then means with his unique weapon he only has 2 seconds of downtime. That is ridiculous, guys. That is really ridiculous, because if you can CC Bernheim, he's just gonna stomp you. That's what's going to happen. Now the all block chance used to be 250 block chance, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it will be replaced with 20% damage reduction onto all damage taken. Bernheim will be, like, on the newer season, one of the most broken heroes. I can tell that right off the bat. He's going to become batshit crazy. That's not all, because guess what? S1 now has 25 extra magical damage. Could be good. I don't think it's necessary, or it's gonna change up my gameplay. Heal rate increase on S2 Dark. You kind of want to have S2 Light if you want to go PvP, and there's not much heal rate increase that you really need anyhow. So I don't think it's necessary, but yeah, could be interesting. At the beginning of the battle, reduce the cooldown of skills by 5 seconds. So guess what? You can start off with S1 and just hit people with the T5 Dark. And if you are a Guild War, you can do every single skill. You can open up S2, then S1, smack people around, and then do S3 and just burst people to absolute. Bernheim is gonna become a crazy addition to my team. Luckily I have him onto a 9-star. I kind of need his unique treasure up to be there at a certain point, but he is gonna become one of the best warriors in League of Honor PvP, maybe even League of Victory, but we'll have to see about that. Now Nayla needs a nerf. She is broken currently. Like up to 70 to 80% of the top players are using Nayla. She is broken beyond repair. This nerf onto S2 is not gonna cut it. The fact that she does absolute damage for no reason on low unique weapons, unique treasures, that needs a nerf. I'm not sure how you guys are gonna do this, but wow, Nayla needs more of a nerf than this. Now put it into the comments what you guys believe should be changed to her, because I don't even know at this point. She has, just remove her. She got clip legs and everything. I don't like her model. She doesn't look good. So okay, let's not go over that more than I already have. Kane. Now Kane, he is receiving another nerf. That kind of hurts me as well as a Kane player, but does he deserve it? Yeah, kind of. What they did is the kneel onto the tyrant form, it got extra cooldown. That also means that to my soul weapon, it will become harder to get his soul weapon onto PvP. Is it really broken? Yes. So did he need it? Yeah, kind of. Now the S2 to go into the tyrant form, the form where you can stun the dude, will be increased from 2 to 3. Did he need that? Yeah. Reason why, now it's actually easier to stun and interrupt him to make sure that he doesn't go into the tyrant form. Now this means that he needs a lot of mana and a lot of uptime and basically a longer fight, so he will not then be able to burst enemy teams down as fast as he did before. So I kind of like what they did to him. It is gonna hurt me as well, but then again, I am always up for longer fights anyway. So it's gonna be really interesting on how he's gonna end up in the PvP tier list. And now for the last part, Evan, and I am so hyped about this dude. I cannot wait until it is next week. This is some concept art, some good stuff. I suggest everybody should be going over all of this information. It is a very good read, so thanks Vespa for adding this. It is super interesting to read what you guys' thought process was behind the character, how it came to fruition, what it maybe even could have been. But let's go over some really interesting things that I believe Evan is gonna have. So first off, it already says 2 versions of Evan's 3 skills, so you get 6 of them. Yes, more skills equals more gameplay equals more buttons I need to press, so that is really good. As for the looks of the skills, supposedly he has a auto attack heal and he has a normal heal, which seems to be single target. I'm not sure if it is single target. I'm not sure about this skill, but it really looks good. I hope it's a stun of some sort. Kind of looks like it, but you cannot really see the effect on Cabrera, so I'm not sure what it is or what it does, but that seems to be pretty interesting. As for the acquisition of the guy loves books, and let me point it out for you people. Reading is fun to mental. Let me say that once again. Reading is fun to mental. Now this guy's done reading. He's like, I'm done. I hate the library. So he doesn't take that statement, but he has his own black smiley face. Now there's no racist pun intended, but that is just interesting to me. And the Transcendence one looks fire. Like the fact that his unique weapon has a mind of its own, but it's kind of like a gimmick. It has a smiley face, all sorts of forms and everything. That to me makes him so interesting. Bad for the digestion. And he's the broken back character. I'm a physiotherapist myself, so I'm like, me and him, we go way back. As for some of the skills, now I've already emphasized on this, Shockman needs a physical guy that is able to continuous party cleanse, and this looks to be it. And the dude has a buff, for what I can see. What the buff actually holds out, I'm not quite sure. I'm wondering if it could be good in Eclipse. I kind of don't need it, but it would be interesting. As well as a debuff of some sort. Not sure what it's gonna be like. And a AoE circle, which also seems like a debuff or something that drains mana or will drain anything. Right? Currently, we have a tendency to not nerf content. No, we bring out new characters to deal with the content. Let's say Zara is really broken for Shockman, really broken for Flow. Panzeron are really broken for Trial of Sky. We got Tabi, really broken for Iman, the Trial of Earth. So I'm assuming that he will have, Evan will have a stun, mana depletion, continuous party cleanse, probably some debuffs here and there, a buff and a heal. So he will have just about everything on that sort, but that is the predictions for now. So that is it. We have to wait another week. I don't like this. I need more information, especially on the world boss artifacts and this guy in particular. I need to know his skill set. I need to know how good he is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this so far as much as I did. This was Twibby. Peace!